Hello, and welcome to part two of When Life Spreads You Thin. Now, in part one, we explored uh, a different perspective that you can apply to situations where you're being challenged by obstacles, you're facing challenging times in life, and I believe that firstly it's true, and secondly it's certainly very empowering and can be very helpful for you to not only overcome those obstacles but also become a better person and grow as an individual. Now, in part two, I want to talk about uh, a specific technique that you can employ during times like this that I've found very helpful, and I think you probably will also. So, firstly, I want to tell you guys a quick story. So, I have a good friend, and she was encountering exactly one of these times in life. She wanted to apply to a new job. She wasn't pleased with the current job she had, but she was finding it very difficult to find the time to devote to update her resume and send out applications and do job searches and all those things that all of us know you have to do when you're trying to find a new job, especially if you're looking for something very specific that's going to meet your needs and wants. So she asked me. She said, "Nate, not really sure what to do here. This has been difficult." And I looked at her and I said, "Cut something out." Okay? So what I mean by this is when you cut something out, you're cutting something out of your day. Uh, you want to free up time and energy that you can instead allocate to the challenge, obstacle, or goal that you are undertaking, right? So a great example for my own life would be to, you know, not cook. Okay, I'll select some healthy meal options that are also affordable, where I don't have to cook, or it's very minimal cooking, or it's the kind of cooking that takes up very few dishes and is still very fast and easy, and I'll opt for that. Something like that. Um, Using compostable plates and compostable serveware, like plasticware, cutlery rather. That's a great option. It's not terrible for the environment, but then you're not doing dishes, or at least you're not doing as much. So simple things like this that will save you time, still fit in line with your core values, still provide you with everything that you really need, but most importantly, save you time and energy. Another thing would be to work out less or to stop working out, to put laundry on hold for a while. Anything that you can do where you can drop it and then pick it back up later without too many negative consequences, or ideally none, right? So it's going to free up time and energy for you to do what you need to do, and nothing really bad should happen as a result. So you can come back in once your project's done, your obstacles overcome, whatever it is, and do all the laundry. Spend half a day doing all the laundry that you didn't do. Okay, so first thing first, cut something out. Now, please excuse me, I'm going to take a look at my notes here. This was, I didn't want to miss anything on this one, and I want you guys to get the full benefit of my experience and everything I have to share. So a quick note about cutting something out is that you'll want to look at each day and what you really have to do, what you've already committed to doing, and make decisions based on how your time and energy is already allocated, like your absolute musts, and that's going to help you decide what you can cut out, right? So if you're working 8 hours from 9 to 5, and you got to take your kid to school in the morning, well, I mean, obviously there's only so many things you can cut out. So just be smart about it and appraise your schedule carefully so that you can make good decisions accordingly. That said, this ideally, what this should end up being is like this awesome emergency ripcord that you pull anytime you're in a circumstance where you're challenged like this. So, you know, whether you know that you're undertaking a specific goal or objective and you know, oh man, it's going to take a bunch of time and energy, I better adjust, or things start to pile up, you know. You get sick, your family gets sick, you get an injury, your car breaks, you know, your hot water heater goes, a bunch of things pile up, right? Like life tends to, you know, the way that life tends to happen sometimes. When it rains, it pours, right? So when you notice, oh, it's no longer raining, it's pouring, bam, pull the ripcord, know that, okay, you know, I'm getting XYZ easy meals now. I'm not going to worry about making dinner for the rest of the week. You know, we're set. I got lunches. I got, you know, easy breakfasts. I got paper plates, whatever it is for you. It doesn't really matter. You know, maybe I'll back off working out. All that's good stuff. So then you have a very appropriate reaction to the challenge, right? It's very natural, but it's not the reaction that most of us, in at least in America, as far as I can tell, have to challenging situations like this. So that said, the other part of this, there's two more things I wanted to share with you guys. Firstly, do not go hero mode. I do not recommend it. What do I mean by that? Hero mode is when you dig in and you turn on your adrenaline. You go, baby, I'm going to do it all. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place for that, which is why I call it hero mode, okay? You gotta save people from a burning building or snatch your kid out of the street real quick or something like that. Yes, go hero mode. Do it. But when it's just, you know, your car broke and your dog's sick or something like that, there's just little, you know, a little bit of challenge that's just enough to change things for you. It's unnecessary and it'll likely get you hurt, right? So how many times have you had the experience? I know I've had the experience where I've had one of these stretches where you get lots of obstacles and challenges in a row, and you know, you meet all of the obligations that you've undertaken, and then after it you get sick, or you're working out and you get an injury or something like that. And you're like, this doesn't usually happen to me. Usually I'm healthy and fine. Well, you overdid it, baby. So don't do that. And the flip side of that coin too is during times where you're being challenged like this, obviously you need as much energy as you can get. So do things that build energy, right? And that's going to look like a lot of different things for a lot of different people. So do things that reduce stress, build energy, without negative consequences. Now you might say, well, caffeine builds energy, you know, and alcohol reduces stress, or whatever it is. You know, maybe you like chocolate sweets, or maybe you, I don't know, smoke cigarettes, whatever you do. Analyze carefully exactly what it is that you're doing. You want the most bang for your buck. So one of my favorites is to sleep a little more and dial back on the exercise. So I'll do just enough exercise to take the edge off, take the stress off, and keep my body moving and comfortable and healthy and happy. But not so much that I'm going to failure. You know, I want energy in my tank for all that work I have to do. So that, you know, I don't want to spend too much of it on working out. Working out is more therapy at that point than the challenge at the moment. So that's it. In quick review, cut something out. It's going to free up time and energy. Don't go hero mode. Analyze carefully with your schedule, and you want to visualize your schedule. Like, how tired am I going to feel after work? How tired am I going to feel after these obligations? And what do I really need then? Do I need to, for instance, do an energy building activity? Do I need to do an activity that's going to reduce stress? Which of course brings me to the last component, to do things that build energy and reduce stress. So, got some cool videos coming. First and foremost, we're going to do part 3, where we're going to talk about how to analyze challenging circumstances in life after it's happened in order to brew up some more success and learn some things from the challenges and obstacles that we face in life. So that's going to be part 3. I'm also planning to do a couple of different videos for you guys that relate to this. I'm going to talk about firstly easy food options that I highly recommend and have been great in my experience. I'm going to talk about some great exercises you can do during times like this that are will integrate your full body and be challenging enough to reduce stress and stimulate your muscles and your system, but won't drain the tank. Okay, and a whole bunch more. So, as always, be gifted and stay blessed. I wish you guys a great day or evening or great life, and I'll talk to you soon.